lot of people are unable to get their first ever wholesale deal. And the main reason is not because they lack systems, it's not because they don't have the manpower, or it's not because they have the funds to run and operate the business itself. The main reason and the biggest skill that a lot of these people lack, that I see a pattern in those that can't get deals done, is that they don't know how to talk to sellers. They don't know how to operate and how to talk to them to the point where they can actually provide some sort of value. So in this video, we're going to go over the exact script that I use and actually going into the script and telling you the ways that we use tonality, the ways that we use certain terms properly, and just being able to properly use this script. Now, the biggest reason that I hesitated off the jump to give out scripts is just because I always knew that they didn't really work, right? It actually put you in a box and it didn't let you kind of come up with your own way of speaking as long as you get the same message across. I understood that by providing this and actually showing you step by step on how to use it is way more helpful instead of just not providing anything at all, right? So we're going to go over it. We're going to see how to use it properly and go from there. So, first off, a couple notes on how to actually be able to properly execute this script. First off, match their energy. Try to match and mirror their energy without overdoing it. If you're talking to someone and they're very laid back, like, yeah, and they basically just kind of answer with one word responses, match that. Don't come in as super energetic to the point where it's overwhelming. And if they're energetic, match that as well. Be energetic as well. Stay calm, speak slowly, and stay clear. A lot of people, they get nervous, right? And I completely understand, especially when starting out. But they tend to speak fast to try to get the point across as quick as possible to get off the phone as quick as possible. But stay calm, speak slowly. Hey, Mr. Seller, blah, 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 blah. Pay attention to the emotions, right? Listen as much as you talk. Actually, you should be listening way more than talking. Smile while you talk because they could actually hear it. They could actually feel through the conversation when you're actually smiling and you're having, a great day, right? And don't be a cop. Don't interrogate them. No back-to-back questions like, hey, what's the roof looking like? Okay. What's the driveway looking like? What's the bathroom looking like? Okay. And this is a very crucial one. If they ask you something, ask her then ask something back. And that's the most simplest way to be able to gain control or have control throughout the whole conversation. Hey, how'd you get my number? We actually get your number from county records, but we came across this property. We just wanted to shoot you a call to see if by any chance you ever thought of selling. Have you thought of selling this property? Now they have to respond to you and they can continue asking more questions, right? And make it feel like a conversation, not a pitch, especially when it's the first ever call. We're just trying to collect data and we're trying to determine whether they're a good option for us or not. All right. And people hate to get sold and they already know when they're getting sold. They can have a generic, like if they're talking to someone over the phone, almost always they think that almost like this guy's trying to sell me something or something along those lines. So make it sound like a conversation. As long as you get the core values, the core questions, basically in your own words across, the same point across, then in that case, it doesn't matter as long as you have a traditional, normal conversation. And again, don't say Mr., Mrs., just say their name. And whenever they mention that they're if they're on a list, just say that they're not. And don't tell them, yeah, I have a list of people that I'm calling. Okay. Makes them think like they're one out of 1,000. All right. So intro, I have a couple options here, but again, the goal here for this script is for kind of give an example, but I want you to either you can copy it, you can go ahead and just copy it, but I want you to say it in your own words as well, as long as you get the same point across. So intro, hey, I was calling about a property I came across on so and so. My favorite one. Hey, this is Angel. Sorry for the random call. And watch my tonality, how I say it. I don't say, hey, this is Angel. Sorry for the random call. I was just curious if you've ever considered selling the property on Main Street. Now, listen to me again. Hey, this is Angel. Sorry for the random call. I was just curious. Have you ever considered selling that property off of Main Street? You saw how the tonality changed and how it just actually felt like an actual, like I'm telling you and I'm asking you. In comparison to the other one, it sounded like I was just reading off the script. But intro, you know, a verbal conversation that we're talking to the person that we're looking for. So if we're looking for so and so individual, I'd be like, hey, and John, I'd be like, hey, John, then we can, hello, yes. Then boom, we got one thing off the list. John's on the other side of the phone. Two, we're getting the point. We're letting them know who's calling. Hey, this is Angel. Three, we're getting the point across. Look, I was just calling to see by any chance you've ever thought of selling so and so property. And this is where kind of the conversation can go two ways, right? If they say, no, I'm not selling, just let them know, hey, no worries at all. I'm only asked because I'm a local investor and I'm looking for properties at this moment. By any chance, is there any other property that you consider selling? And if I look at my script, basically says the same thing in a different way, right? Again, this is more as an example. It's like, you know how I completely said something different compared to exactly what I just said right here, but the same point went across, right? And if they say yes, awesome. My family are local investors looking for our next project. Did I catch you at a decent time to chat a little bit more about it? Or would I say, hey, awesome. Well, me and my brother were looking for properties in this area at this exact moment. By any chance, do you have a little bit of time to talk about it? Right? Same point across, right? Now, again, there's two things that's gonna happen. We're trying to figure out their motivation. Why are they even what's really going on in their world, in their property, that is making them think about selling and what they're doing. And also try to get some info. Now, I don't want to go super deep into the condition itself, especially on the first cold call. I want to understand their timeline and maybe can get a price out of them, right? So again, motivation is the main thing, condition, timeline, and their price. Now, in regards of what to say, right? Again, I want you to pick your style and try to stay conversational. Like that's why I give multiple options as like examples, but I don't care how you say it as long as the same message gets across, right? So how many beds and baths are in the property? These are a couple examples to try to understand about the property details. Is it currently occupied? Is it vacant? Are they a month-to-month annual lease? Has it been updated for the last 5 years? Blah 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 blah. Right, and these are just like the things in regards for property details, right? And these are some creative ways to ask about it. If you were to live in it, if it happens to be vacant, what would you fix first? Or what kind of shape is a property overall? If I gave you 20K to put in right now, what would you spend it? What would you spend it on? What would it take to get to 2024 standards, 2025 standards, right? What would you do if the money wasn't an issue to sell at top of the market? Like, what would you do? Well, I'd probably fix the bathroom. I'd probably replace the kitchen. It's a little bit outdated appliances, things like that. And just before we move on to the next session, I do want to mention a lot of the people that are probably watching my content. I've been trying to get into wholesaling, but they're hesitating, right? And one of the biggest reasons that people hesitate is that they don't have access to the information. They don't have access to a system. They don't have access to the agreements. So, link down below in the first link, you'll have access to the exact agreements that I use within my business. And with this holiday season coming around, I am providing a quick free bonus. I'm literally breaking down my whole system from start to finish for free with a just breakdown where you can go ahead and download it on your own. But if that is not enough and you guys need to talk to me, you need to work with me one on one. You need to have Miguel Angel in your corner throughout the process of starting and closing your first wholesale deal. Make sure to click the second link down below and go ahead and apply to my one on one mentorship. But let's go on to the next section. Now, in motivation, I really want you to really invest the most time into the motivation, right? This is what's going to determine whether it's a good lead, a hot lead, or a soft lead. So, these are some creative ways to be able to understand the situation. Hey, sounds like a solid house, compliment the property. What's kind of got you thinking of selling it? So this is how I would say it. Well, sounds like a solid house. What's got you thinking about selling it? You see how that hesitation? So let me try to highlight it as I talk. Sounds like a solid house. Sounds like a solid house. What's got you thinking about selling it? I should put another dash right here, right? Those little hesitations at the end, right? They're a lot helpful. They are a lot helpful than maybe doesn't come across on the camera. Maybe you're like, what's the difference between that and me just saying sounds like a solid house? Just reading it off of this. But again, we're trying to make it sound like a genuine, just random conversation. Also, a couple ways. Hey, besides the price, is there anything else making you want to let go of this one? Like, is there other than the amount that you're looking for, is there any other reason that you're selling this property for? Again, a different way of saying the first one, complimenting the house, trying to understand why they're looking to move. If we happen to agree of price, is there anything that was stopping you from moving forward? Okay, awesome. Now, you did say you're looking for 50,000 for this property. Let's say I were to get you that amount. Is there anything holding you back from moving forward today? Like, is there anything genuinely holding them back? Right? And by asking that, we'll be able to get more information on motivation. Well, actually, I won't be able to move forward today because I gotta do so and so, or they might come up with some reason like, oh, I got a so and so reason, right? And just that determines their motivation. Like, if it's like some bullshit reason, like, oh, I need to, I don't know, old stuff in the garage. Okay, perfect. I mean, we can get someone out there if it comes down to it, just so we can get this across to the finish line, right? If they're like, oh no, it's very sentimental about, they're just bullshit at that point. They just don't want to sell, right? Timeline. Now, we want to again have, instead of saying how fast can we close? What do you mean how fast can we close? Right? You got to take the lead, right? So a good way to understand their timeline that works with them, I ask it like this in a creative way. We usually close between 2 to 3 weeks, or we usually close between 15 to 30 days. Is that too quick for you? Another one, if everything checks out, how fast would you be ready to close? And would you need more time? Is the title's ready and we're ready to move? Like, just another couple of ways to understand and get a timeline in place. Price. Now, again, never be the first one to throw a number. Like, if they tell you, like, just throw me an offer, right? Just be like, hey, we're dealing with a lot of properties at the same time. Do you have time to talk more about the property? I don't want to. I want to shoot you the right number that we can actually deliver on. So with that, I would need to, know a little bit more about the property. It's like you're not just gonna go look at a car. Hey, it's like, hey, I'll offer 100,000 if you haven't even looked at it or driven it, right? One of creative ways is just like, just between us, is there a mortgage on the property? If there's a mortgage or not, right? If there happens to be a mortgage, this is going to be very helpful to know how much they're looking for. Yeah, there's a mortgage. I only owe like 40,000 or something like that, right? And then that's where you can ask, okay, so of course the number has to be way over that, right? To cover that mortgage. And I'm pretty sure you want to take some home. Now, if the number that we come up covers that mortgage, how much are you looking to take home? Like, okay, I'd be okay with taking whatever amount that is, right? In its current shape, what do you think it's worth? If I paid out cash, no agents, closed fats, what's the number that would make you feel like this is a win? But again, never throw the number first. They should be the ones. Now, wrapping up the call. Of course, I don't have the time to be talking to, especially on the first call, all day with them, right? I need to get to the next people. It's at the end of the day, this business is a numbers game. So how do you close off the call, right? So awesome. Thanks for their time, whoever it may be. Really appreciate your time, all the information. Let me review the numbers. Let me run the numbers, whatever it may be. Just trying to get this same message across. When is a good time to give you a call back, right? And then that's when they respond. Oh, call me whenever I'm retired, or call me at 6 after work, call me at 7 after work, whatever the fuck it may be, right? Looking forward to hopefully putting this together. Have a great one. All right. Now, something that I want to emphasize greatly as well. build rapport, and by rapport is try to like something that's relatable, like try to relate with them, right? And make it natural. Now me, I'm a homebody. I don't like, I'm not like a fucking social butterfly. So for me to be able to do this or get good at this, it took me a while, trust me. But don't try to force it, you know? Don't be super, super into, I don't know how to explain it. Like, only because he mentioned that they like the color blue. Don't go like, oh, I love the color blue. Like, what the fuck? Like, don't go super deep and like try to like get any opportunity, right? So like try to get into like family, try to go into like work, their career, their hobbies, sports, city and neighborhood. That's a huge ones because a lot of these people that want to sell is because I want to move for so and so city. Okay, what's got you thinking moving to that city? Well, what's so special about that place, right? And it's just anything that you care about, be able to relate to it. And this might sound super fucked up, right? And it's at the end of the day, it's just sales, right? If the guy is saying the sky is green, I'm looking at the sky, it's clearly blue. I'm trying to become his buddy. I'm just like, yeah, it's green, right? Is but again, it's just sales, right? And again, treat it more like you're building a relationship with a new friend, not necessarily just a seller. You know, if you focus too much on the end goal, that's where you fuck up. Just generally come in with the intention to talk to people, find people with problems that you can actually provide value to. And just again, just to finish it off, a couple benefits that separates us from a traditional, working with an agent, whatever it may be. We buy assets so they don't have to deal with fixing up the property. They can leave anything behind. Like if they genuinely is like, you know what, I don't want to go back in there to take care of remove anything. Don't you worry about that. We take care of that. No commissions. We're not dealing with real estate agents in the transaction. We cover all closing costs and it's all cash. So no banks, pretty straightforward. But hopefully, this, I hate the word saying script, but more like a word bank, is very helpful for you guys and really, really helps you just get better at talking, right? Getting better at talking with these sellers. So if you're new, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.